Today's review will be on the ThreeA 2000AD Judge Dredd. Now, back in the 80s when I first started reading Judge Dredd 2000AD comics and stuff like that, the year 2000 was in the not too distant future, and man oh man, here it is, 2080, and we still don't have judges out there. What's going on, man? But as you can see, this box has the artwork of Carlos Esquerra on the front, and he's the one who designed what Judge Dredd would look like. And look at those big old shoulder pads, that helmet, everything. Kind of looks like James Coburn. I think he likes James Coburn a little too much, because every one of his characters, down to Strontium Dog, all of them, they all start to kind of resemble James Coburn. So yeah, if you're a big fan of James Coburn, here he is, dressed as a judge. But man, oh man, this is awesome.
I am New Mexico.
Wait, cut! James, the line is, I am the law, not New Mexico. But anyways, James Coburn would have made a great looking judge, I'm telling you. Now here's a picture again of Judge Dredd holding his stub gun, and that is awesome. Down here it's got a little like paper thing that goes around the box. Talks about his gun there, his day stick, and the stub gun, as you can see. And it says Armory, and that is awesome. Down here you got a little barcode if you want to scan it. I don't know what it will do, but hey, it's pretty cool to me. Yeah, as you can see, the box actually has this little paper insert thing right here that goes all the way around it. And as you can see here, if I can do it, I don't think I can, but yeah, look, see, it moves. Yeah, look, I moved it, and you can see his badge now. And when you remove it entirely, you can see that it says 2000 AD that wraps around the box, and you got more of the picture, and that is awesome. Man, Judge Dredd looks like he's been through a war. An Apocalypse War, because this is the version that you're getting with this one. It's like the deluxe set, and it comes with like a cloak and everything like that, but we'll get into that in a minute. Now, as for the little paper insert thing that goes around it, if you look there, you've got the insert, but look inside. That's pretty cool. It's almost like there's another thing inside there, and I'm assuming if you take it all apart, you could have a little mini poster. Now, on one side of it, it says, for many millions, the world will end today. And on the other side, if you look, the artwork there goes and wraps around the inside. And you get that really awesome drawing of Judge Dredd. I absolutely love that. Now, this is a figure I never thought would exist. A 1/6 scale licensed comic book version of Judge Dredd. I cannot wait to see this, so I say we open it! Now, after lifting the lid off and looking inside, I believe the words you're searching for are, holy drock. Yeah, censor that, YouTube. Man, this looks amazing, and I can barely see him because he's wrapped in plastic. Now, laying on top of this insert, you get a little instruction sheet right here that's kind of falling out of the box because I've got it leaned back, but man, we'll look at that in a minute. Oh, this looks so cool, and I can barely see him, so let's take this top layer off and check out the figure. What do you say? Now, after laying the figure down and removing that top clear tray cover, oh man, this looks amazing. This is Judge Dredd. This figure looks so cool. Now, I had seen photos of it online. I had seen reviews of the figure and stuff like that. Man, it looks even better in person. Those colors, everything about it, it is so comic accurate. It makes me so happy indeed. That is so cool, and like I said, I can barely see it too, man, because it's only going to get better. Down here, we've got his Apocalypse War cloak. As you can see, you've got his day stick. There's his lawgiver. There's an extra badge, which is kind of strange, but I'm assuming that goes on when you put the cloak on over him. And then, what's that right there? A little mouth plate that you could trade out his little grimacing, mouth for a bigger grimacing mouth with teeth. That's pretty awesome. Look at those shoulder pads. Everything about that looks so amazing. Over here, what's that? I have no clue what's in that little baggie. You got his stub gun, as you can see there, and some extra hands, and that is amazing. Now, this figure didn't come with a stand, so that's a little bit sad, but you know what? He looks too good to make me sad at all, so let's stand him up. What do you say? So, here's the Judge Dredd figure fresh out of the package and stood straight up, and man, oh man, I cannot imagine a better 1/6 scale comic version of Judge Dredd. Those colors just pop, and the fact that it's made by ThreeA, you get all that usual ThreeA 30 weathering. Oh, look at his boots, they're all dirty looking and everything. His entire police jumpsuit thing that he's wearing, that pleather looking material, that's all weathered looking too. It looks so good. Yeah, this is amazing, and look at that helmet. It's not only weathered too, but I love that they kept those kiss S's in his reflection on his visor, because that is such a classic trademark to the comic version of Judge Dredd. That looks so amazing, and look at that jawline. Everything about this figure just looks so good. Oh, I absolutely love it. And those shoulder pads appear to be on, like, I don't know, some sort of ball joint, so you can actually adjust them and pull them up, or, you know, move them around so you can articulate his arms, and that is so cool. The elbow pads and stuff are free floating, so you can move those around just like his knee pads, and the belt, so you can adjust those any way you want them to. That looks so cool. Man, I wish this outfit would fit me. This would be so cool to run around in, but dang it, I've got a little kin body, so I can't put this outfit on. Ugh. But you know what? This looks so amazing. Let's look at him from behind, shall we? So, here's the figure from behind, and man, oh man, it looks just as good as from the front. Look at that eagle on his shoulder. All those details are 100% perfect to the way Brian Bolin used to draw Judge Dredd, or still, I don't know if he still draws Judge Dredd or not, but man, he is the one who made this character look the way he does in this figure form. I mean, this is essentially a Brian Bolin Judge Dredd standing here. This is amazing. Now, one of the coolest features is his badge. Now, that badge looks exact, and what's cool about it is it's held on by a magnet. And when you look at the underside, you can see the magnet right there, and it just like snaps on right where it's supposed to be, and it only fits in one place, and that is awesome. Now, I love that this isn't like a modern version of Judge Dredd or anything. I mean, this is the quintessential Judge Dredd. I mean, this is the way he's supposed to be. Everything, every detail you see there, that is the way he's supposed to look. And you know what? I absolutely love it. Now, like I said, I watched a lot of reviews on this figure. I saw a lot of photos online. And one of the things I like about my figure is he's got weathering on his boots, but it seemed like in a lot of the videos and stuff that I had seen, his boots were almost like tan, like really, really muddy, and they kind of like stop at a certain distance. These are actually green and like blend in a lot better, so that's cool. I'm glad that, you know, because I didn't really like that they had painted them all muddy looking and stuff like that. I mean, it looks good when it's light like this, but when it's heavy, it doesn't look as good. Man, this figure just looks like it jumped right off of the comic page. That is so awesome. His physique, everything about him, all the little details, they are exact. Now, as far as accessories, you get this cool Apocalypse War cloak right here. That is so cool. It's like almost like a little tarp material or something. It's very slick and stuff. And look at there. It looks like a little anime face is inside of the hood. Huh, that's weird. But the hood actually has like a little wire and everything so you can adjust it. That is awesome. Now, I really like the way this figure looks wearing the cloak, but I probably won't put the cloak on my figure, so don't expect me to do it. There's some really cool photos online, though. It looks awesome. Oh, and I just noticed as I was trying to fold it back up, there's a wire at the bottom, too, so that's really cool. The wire goes all the way up the actual cloak itself. That is cool, so you can pose it all the way around him. Next up, you also get his guns. You get the stub gun, and you get his lawgiver. Now, the stub gun's cool because it's actually, you can change it. Like that, and that is awesome. Now, when a nightstick isn't good enough, you get a day stick, and this is something you don't want seen swung at your head when Judge Dredd is talking to you. This is amazing. You also get this extra little badge here without the chain attached, so you can put on the cloak and then put this on the outside of it. And as you can see, there's a magnet, so if you don't want to use this on your figure, you can just put it on your refrigerator. That's pretty cool. As for that mystery bag I talked about earlier, it had two little wrist pegs, so that's cool, and as you can see, they are black. So yeah, apparently, underneath his gloves there, he has black wrist pegs. Now, you also get 6 extra hands, and each one of them is wrapped in little plastic bags, and when you remove them, woof, you get that 3A 30 paint smell right off the bat, man. That is awesome. As for the very last accessory, you get this extra mouth plate with a gritted teeth grimace look. Oh, that is so awesome indeed. Now, I know a lot of people's go-to mouth plate will probably be the closed mouth grimace look that he comes with out of the package, but it's so awesome that you get the option to change it out. That is cool. So I say we waste no more time and look at this figure up close. What do you say? So, here we go with a super duper close-up look, and starting with his jumpsuit here, you can see how weathered it is around the zipper, and that is awesome indeed. Working our way up here, you can see that the gold chain is actually attached to the zipper pull, and that is very cool. It's also attached to his badge, and man, that is amazing. The only thing that would have made this figure better is if it would have came with a stand that had this badge symbol on there. That would have been so cool indeed. Now, as you can see, his shoulder pad here has a lot of weathering as well. I love how they did that. Nobody but ThreeA and 30, man, nobody can touch the way they weather their figures. That is so cool. I swear, I bet you they just bury them in the backyard and then pull them out a few months later. Working our way up here to his jaw, and you've got the classic Judge Dredd grimace face there. That is so cool indeed. You can see his nose underneath the visor there, and as you can see, I haven't removed the plastic underneath the visor. I didn't even realize it was there, so yeah, let me remove that. Now, this little thin piece of, like, plastic or whatever was underneath there, and it's almost like a sticker, so it's really hard to remove. Now, I don't know if I was just doing it wrong or what. Now, I had to pop off his head to remove his jaw or whatever, because it was really in there and I couldn't get it out. Now, since his helmet's off, let's see what's underneath there. Well, it appears the mystery of what Judge Dredd looks like without his helmet will still be a mystery, because all you see is a ball joint and two little peg holes and the little slot where his nose goes in. But that's okay. Now, I did notice when the head came off, if you look there, this one's got a little spot where the paint, it almost looks like his entire body is painted like a tan or a dirty look or whatever, and there's this little bit of paint that's been rubbed off. Now, when his jaw's on there, it won't matter because it covers it up. But yeah, be very, very careful when you move the head around, because you don't want any of that paint scratching off. Now, as for the other mouth plate, check that out. That's what it looks like when he's got it attached, and I absolutely love that. So let's go back to that super duper close-up look, shall we? So, with the new mouth plate attached, check this out. You got his little chompers right there looking very cool. Those are painted really well indeed. His nose and everything fit under there perfectly, and you'd never know that there wasn't a full head under there, and that is awesome. Yeah, I love that you get two different mouth plates, and I hope if they make any more Judge Dredds down the line, they just keep making more and more mouth plates. That would be amazing. Now, as for the helmet itself, like I said, I love those Kiss S's or whatever in the reflection of the thing. Now, in reality, those wouldn't be there because it's not a decoration, it's just a reflection of the light that just happens to always make Kiss S's. But you know what? I love that they're there. Now you can also see some speckling there of the silver from where the red's been rubbed off and it's scratched up and stuff, and that is so awesome indeed. Yeah, this helmet is amazing, and I would love to have a 1:1 scale of this. Oh, that would look so cool just sitting there. Now, turning the figure to the side to get a better view of his helmet, and that looks so cool. It looks like a real helmet shrunk down. You got his visor yet again. Now, it's really hard to get close to this because his shoulder pad's so big, it's pushing me away from it. And then right here, you've got his mouth. Yeah, that is awesome. Now, speaking of the shoulder pad, look how big this thing is. It is huge. And like I said, you can't get very close to his face when this thing's blocking you. Working your way down his arm or whatever, you got his elbow pad there, and it's got all the little battle damage and dirty spots and stuff. His jumpsuit is awesome. Oh man, it's almost like a fake leather material. You got some pouches there around his wrist, and then down here you got the glove with those little, like, I don't know, this is always on the back of his gloves, and I actually love that design. And now they make motorcycle gloves like that. We're almost in the future. But alas, still no judges walking the streets, because I think this world needs them right now. Now, looking at the figure from the right side here, you've got his helmet looking very cool. There's his teeth again, and working our way down his eagle shoulder pad here, and check this out. It looks so amazing. The way it's sculpted, I mean, this looks like it jumped right off the comic book page. It looks so good. And one of the neat little features that I never knew was there was, if you look up here at the top, look, it's got like a little badge or something on top of the shoulder pad, and that is cool. Yeah, I absolutely love that. Working our way down his right arm, you've got his elbow pad right there, and then down here you've got more pouches around his wrist, and then down here you've got his glove. Now, he came equipped with two fisted hands, but I'm going to change this one out so he can hold his lawgiver later. Now, working our way down here to his belt, and check out this belt buckle. Oh, that looks so good. Yeah, they did a great job making this figure, and I really hope they make more because I would love to have some 1/6 scale dark judges. Oh, that would be so amazing, and I definitely want to Judge Anderson, especially with her like hair and stuff down and stuff. That's so cool. As you can see, he's got some weathering right there, and then down here you've got his knee pad. That is amazing. And then all the way down here to his boots. And as you can see, it's got that yellowish, brownish paint. But like I said, on a lot of other versions, it looks so dark or bright or whatever that it almost looked like he had like tan boots on or something. But at least mine still look green all the way down to the toe. And they really captured that look of these boots from the comic. That is so cool. Now right there at the ankle, this is actually two pieces. You've got the top part right here that covers up his lower leg, and then down here it's just the shoe itself. Now you can articulate it right there, and that is cool. Now, turning the figure to look at him from behind and check out all the speckling there on his helmet, that looks so amazing. You got the collar of his jumpsuit right there, and you can see the way it's sewed up the back, and you've got the eagle right here from behind, and that is so cool. Sorry, this figure's so big it's hard to show it off. Got his elbow pads right there, and then along his belt he's got like pouches that would make Batman proud, or maybe even Rob Liefeld, and that is very cool indeed. Down here you've got his back of his leg of his jumpsuit there, and you've got his knee pads, and then down here you've got his boots, and there's a little holster on his right boot for his lawgiver, and that is awesome. Now, looking at his original mouth plate that he came with, you can see the way his jaw is and everything, and that looks so cool. Now, that's probably going to be the one that everybody uses the most, but you know what? It's so cool to have an option. Now, speaking of his lawgiver, this thing is so cool. This little dial back here actually spins, and when you spin that, you can adjust the little number there to choose which bullets you want to use, and that is so cool. Speaking of the bullets, you got the little magazine right here that actually is removable. And you can see all the different bullets inside, and that is so cool. Now, I heard these were really loose, so I don't think you should be taking it out all the time because it might fall out, but mine's pretty tight in there, so I don't seem to have that problem. But yeah, this gun looks amazing. Next up, you get his stub gun looking equally awesome as the lawgiver. Man, this looks so cool. These look like real guns. I love that it's adjustable right there. That is so cool. That's a feature they didn't need to add, but they did, and that is so cool indeed. Yeah, this looks like a real gun, and I absolutely love it. The coolest feature is that little badge right there that matches the one on the top of his eagle shoulder pad. That is so awesome. Next up, you get his day stick. Now, this just looks like a plain old nightstick or whatever until you get down here and you actually can see the little badge again, and that is so awesome. And the little grip, and that looks so cool indeed. Now, there's some dark green, some black, and some gold for that symbol. Last up is that extra little badge without the chain attached, and I mean, they did an amazing job on there. You can even see the little stars above the word Dredd. Man, that is so cool. Now, all the extra hands are pretty much exact except for in their sculpt, and as you can see, he's actually got like black inside of his glove, and that is very cool indeed. Now, I'm probably going to go with this right hand so he can hold his lawgiver. That's going to look amazing. Now, as for the cloak, it's just a cloak. Now, I don't seem to see any weathering or anything on this. There's no, like, rips or, staining or anything like that. But it's cool to get it, because I think this looks so cool when he's wearing it. It looks so amazing, kind of pulled down to where you can't see his helmet and stuff, and with the badge on the outside. Man, it looks cool. Now, as I was going to swap out his right hand so he could hold his lawgiver, and as you can see, this is how it looks when he's holding it, these little hands actually come off the wrist pegs very easy. Now, the peg comes out of the body first, but they're really easy to get out. You don't have to heat it up or anything like that, so that is very cool indeed. And as I was doing that, I actually noticed another feature on the gun that I hadn't seen before. On the dial that turns on the back, if you look, there's a little red dot, and that is very cool indeed. Yeah, I love that. Now, when I went to take off his hand to swap out the glove or whatever, his gauntlet fell off pretty easily, so just be very careful about that. But here's what he looks like underneath there, and that jumpsuit goes almost down to his wrist, and that is pretty cool. And the gauntlet just slides right back into place, and then you put the hand back on, and now he's holding his lawgiver, and that is amazing. Now, like a lot of people, one of my all-time favorite Judge Dredd pictures by Brian Bolin is this one right here. And man, oh man, with this figure, it'd be easy to pose him like this. But man, wouldn't it be awesome if 3A went back and made this punk to pose with him? Oh, that would be such a great thing to have with him. You could come with a hand that's actually holding up his shirt. That would be amazing. Please, 3A, get on that, because that would be such an awesome way to display your figure. But until they get around to doing that, I guess I'll just have to sit in for the little punk there at the bottom. This is awesome. Oh, and before I close the video, this is the instruction sheet that you actually get with it. Full colored pictures and everything, and it shows you how to set up your figure, and that is awesome. Now, on the opposite side of this, You get a gun instruction manual, as you can see there, how to hold your weapons and everything, and that is cool. Now, like I say with a lot of my reviews, this is a figure that I wanted from the day it was announced, and I never thought I would get it, and I actually got a really good deal on this one, and I couldn't pass it up. The fact that it was the Apocalypse version, too, I got this one cheaper than the normal version goes for me, way cheaper, by about 50 bucks. So yeah, I cannot believe that I got this one so cheap, and it is so awesome indeed. And I'm so happy I did too, because I've got the, third-party version, or whatever you want to call it, of the Carl Urban Judge Dredd, and I really like that figure a lot. I think it is awesome and probably one of the best figures I have. So I didn't think I really needed a comic book version. I mean, I had a Judge Dredd, so, why get another one? But I am so happy I did, because this figure is amazing. It's made by one of my favorite companies out there, ThreeA, and I think they just knocked this ball right out of the park. This figure looks so cool, and I hope that there are more to come, because I want some more 1/6 scale Judge Dredd characters. Please, oh please, oh please. That would be awesome. So, there's my review of the ThreeA 2000AD Judge Dredd 1/6 scale Apocalypse War version. And man, oh man, this is so awesome, and I cannot believe I have this. To be honest, I knew this figure would be cool if I ever got it. You know what? It's even better than I thought it would be. I mean, this is so cool, and I highly recommend this, especially if you're a Judge Dredd fan, because it is so cool indeed. So, until next time, tune in for more food reviews. And please, ThreeA, make this ABC robot.
Hey, this is Nolan North. You don't want to miss Foo Reviews. And I'm out.